GTA Online originally released back in 2013, and despite a slightly rough launch, the game was met with universal praise from most fans. The game was fun, there was a ton to do, and me and my friends and a lot of other people in my comments hold a very special place in our hearts for the early years of online. But ever since I started making videos, I have been getting a lot of comments that all share the same sentiment, that GTA Online just doesn't feel like GTA anymore, and a lot of people have grown to hate it. Over the last few years, the sentiment around GTA Online being hated by the majority of fans is something that needs to be studied. So I searched the internet looking for all the major points that players have had for hating on GTA Online. And maybe Rockstar can use some of these points to help make GTA 6 better, especially when after looking, a lot of these comments are actually very valid. So let's take a look at the reasons why GTA Online is so hated in 2024. But first, are you looking for an easy way to get started with GTA RP? Well, look no further than today's sponsor, Grand RP. Grand RP is a massive GTA V RP server filled with cool factions, crazy cars, sick character customization, and the best part is you can start playing for free today. And to get started is super simple. Click on the referral link in the description, fill out all the necessary fields, and create your character. And registering through the website will give you immediate free access to one of 3 cars of your choice. You can also register through the game, but make sure to use my referral code JETRO to get a bonus of money and VIP status to get you started. There's even a new battle pass that's recently been added with exclusive new rewards and items to unlock. And if you happen to be a fan of mobile games instead, the Grand RP mobile game has just been released, giving a full RP experience while on the go. And using my referral code will unlock a free car for you to make sure you enjoy the game at its fullest. So don't miss this opportunity to enjoy the best of GTA V RP. Download Grand RP on PC or mobile today, use my referral link for some cool free bonuses to start you off right, and I'll see you there. Now back to the video. First, I need to make it very clear that obviously a lot of players do love GTA Online. It wouldn't be able to make the revenue it does without a dedicated fanbase. However, it can't be ignored that a lot of players have since changed their opinion about GTA Online, and a lot of players have hate what it's become. And I'm here to just be a voice for some of these concerns that all GTA fans alike have. So now, with that said, one of the main reasons I see many people hating on GTA Online for isn't for something necessarily wrong with the actual gameplay, but rather because of repercussions from GTA Online itself. In 2013, Rockstar had promised fans that in addition to GTA Online updates, they were also working on a bunch of single-player expansions they plan to release in the near future. At the time, this was something players expected after GTA 4, where we were given 2 major story mode DLCs, The Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and the Damned. However, after this announcement that they were working on it, we never heard them mention single-player content ever again. A few months had went by, then a few years, and then almost a decade without an update. Then, fast forwarding to September of 2022, the entire source code for GTA V was leaked online, and what was found inside made every fan a little angry. It was discovered that 8 single-player DLCs were in development at some point during GTA V's lifespan that were ultimately never released. An Agent Trevor DLC, Alien DLC, North Yankton expansion, and even a Liberty City expansion. While most of us knew this at the time, in 2024 it was confirmed by an ex-Rockstar employee that the reason we never saw any of these single-player DLCs was because GTA Online was making too much money, and Rockstar made the quote-unquote business decision to scrap the single-player DLC in favor of online updates so they could at least profit off them with shark cards. Now, it should be noted that we basically already knew that this was the case anyway, but to have it confirmed like this was kind of a punch in the gut to every fan, and now we had something to blame. A lot of fans, including myself, hold somewhat of a grudge around GTA Online for being the reason we never got any single-player DLCs, as the single-player is what all GTA fans were hyped for in general when the game came out, and the reason the game sold over $1 billion worth in sales in just 3 days. It's not to say that GTA Online hasn't had some good expansions over the years, like the Contract DLC for example, but even those 13 proper missions compared to the Ballad of Gay Tony's 26 missions, 6 side missions, new collectibles, and achievements isn't even a debate worth having. What I think a lot of online fans forget, and maybe even Rockstar, is that a lot of their fan base has been playing since all the way back in the Vice City days, and neglecting players who have only known you for single-player games and adhering to a select few online fans is something that a lot of people despise the online mode for. Now, moving on to something that people can actually blame about the gameplay itself is one simple thing that even I think is a little egregious, and that's that GTA Online is way too grindy. Grinding for money in GTA Online has essentially become a 9-to-5 job. Sell your bunker supplies, do a headhunter, deliver a few cars, resupply your nightclub, sell your counterfeit cash, do a heist. Stuff that has become more of a chore rather than what the game is actually supposed to promote, which is having fun. But in both fairness to the players and to Rockstar, they kind of need to do this because you are very limited in what you can do without money in the free roam. The problem though is that this is in a game called Grand Theft Auto, where you're supposed to steal and commit crimes to do whatever you want, not become a virtual business owner. I've seen people make the argument that because GTA Online is an MMO, you kind of need to have some sort of grind in order to make money. And while you are right, and that's how it works for most games, I don't think that's how it should work for a GTA game. You need to remember that the idea of grinding is only designed like this to make you play longer in order to make money, rather than spending money on stuff like shark cards. But even Strauss Zelnick recently admitted that shark cards weren't even originally going to be added to GTA Online at all.
Now GTA Online, especially with GTA 5, it became a massive success immediately. Did you expect it to sort of spiral into that like cultural phenomenon?
No, I don't think any of us did. I think that we saw it as a really interesting add-on to the title. We actually originally had not planned to have virtual currency in the game, so it wasn't going to be an economic, an economic driver.
Yeah.
It was relatively late in the day when we decided to pursue virtual currency, because this long ago, we're looking back at 2013.
Yep.
This statement kind of proves to me that even Rockstar at the time didn't think that shark cards should be added to GTA Online. But once they saw just how lucrative they were, they couldn't just turn their back on them. They were making them too much money. GTA Online is supposed to be a sandbox online game with endless possibilities, but because of how important money is to do anything in free roam, people have been fed into an endless loop of having to make insane amount of money just to buy one vehicle, then repeat. Again, to the player's credit, this isn't helped by the fact that the price of cars, vehicles, and apartments has been constantly increasing over the last few years, causing players to have to constantly grind for more money, and a lot of it. With Rockstar just recently adding a bunch of police cars that are valued at $4 and even $5 million, which is more than a literal F1 car in the game. But the grindiness isn't the only thing that players blame Rockstar for. Another big thing I see people complaining about is the griefers and modders. Now, normally I would just blame these people as being bad actors, and this is especially true for modders. But on the griefing side, it doesn't help that Rockstar has added some of the most outrageous items to the game. For example, the Oppressor Mark II, the DeLorean, and even recently they added a goddamn AC-130. Like, that shit's supposed to be an 11 kill streak. With how bad the modding and griefing scene has gotten over the last few years, a lot of players prefer to spend their time grinding or playing alone in solo sessions in what's supposed to be an online-only game. And this has to be the most extremely flawed way of Rockstar running their games, where players feel like they have to play alone in order to do what they want. Like, I want you to go into your mind and try and picture an online-only game that you play that you have more fun playing alone. Now again, you can make the argument that griefers have the right to play how they want as well, and you would be right. But you can't deny that griefers have a lot more at their disposal than players who are just trying to have fun and free roam. And luckily for PC players, Rockstar did actually add an anti-cheat into the game, so it did make the modding situation at least a little better. But I do think it's very telling that I have a lot of comments in my older videos about people reminiscing about the 2013 and 2014 era of online, a time where GTA Online felt like a GTA game. Now, we've gone over the non-existent single-player DLC, the game being too grindy, then there being too many griefers and modders. But there's still one person that we have to blame for all of this, and that's Rockstar. The final part of this video is one that will hit close to home for a lot of the OG GTA players, and in a way, a lot of people think that Rockstar has seemingly become the company they seek to make fun of in their own games. The greedy, money-hungry, shady tactics of companies they make fun of, like Life Invader and GTA V, for example.
PM's pushing for more functionality. But we are maxed. I mean, if anything, we have to strip features, especially if we plan on releasing a fully priced update a year later.
Rockstar used to release a good amount of titles every year or so and had some amazing franchises like Midnight Club, Bully, LA Noire, Manhunt, etc. If you want to put it into perspective, Rockstar has released 26 games from the time of Vice City's release all the way to GTA 5's. And in the same time frame after GTA 5, they have released one game, just RDR2, in 12 years. When the GTA 5 source code was leaked, it was also discovered that there were 4 other games that were originally in development as well, all that were scrapped for what we know. Rockstar has been able to justify this new model of releasing games every 5 years or more for one simple reason, and that's because GTA Online makes so much money that they don't need to create or innovate on new titles. If GTA Online wasn't as popular as it is and making as much money, a lot of people believe that we would already be playing GTA 6 or at least have some other titles to play around with. Now, just like I've done with a lot of entries on this list, to be fair to Rockstar and GTA Online, the money that the game has generated is the only reason that Rockstar has been able to spend roughly 10 years developing one game, and being able to put an estimated $2 billion into it. Meaning, whenever it does come out, it will undoubtedly be amazing. But it's hard to argue that they wouldn't have been quicker making that game, or at least give us some other titles to play with in the meantime if they didn't have that revenue coming in from GTA Online. And when the majority of your fans are buying the game for the single player, it is fair that they can feel a little cheated by online. In the grand scheme, I think it all boils down to one thing. The game has vastly overstayed its welcome. In fact, this is shown quite clearly with the dislike ratio on the trailer for GTA V on the PS5. And with all this said, I do think that GTA 6 will reignite that passion that they once had 12 years ago, and it will be a huge spectacle that old and new fans alike will enjoy. But the practices from Rockstar and GTA Online that have been implemented into this title will always leave somewhat of a distaste in the mind of a lot of fans, and we can only pray that Rockstar learns from that experience and does better with GTA 6.